Hello everyone, I'm back, and today we are going to talk about my top 5 picks from the 10th edition Index Chaos Space Marines. Surprisingly, in this one we are not going to start with the datasheets, we are going to start with the army rules, because the army rules has a huge impact on the units that I suspect that they will be really good. But don't forget, the keyword is that I suspect. Okay, let's check on the rule first, quickly. Dark Pact. Each time when you select a Heretic Astartes unit to shoot or fight, you can make a Dark Pact. When you make a Dark Pact, you can choose between lethal hits, so auto-wounding on 6s to hit, or sustain hits, scoring an additional hit on a hit roll of 6. That's it. Okay, but making deals with the devil is not really safe. So, after you made these attacks, you have to make a leadership test. If the test is failed, then you suffer D3 mortal wounds. Let's check on the top 5 picks. In no particular order. Possessed. This one is an all-rounder melee unit. They are fast, they are tough, they have good saves, good leadership, and they have a tons of attacks, with a really great profile. 4 attacks each, hitting on a 3+, with a strength of 5, 1 points of armor penetration, and damage 2. That's nice, but what makes them even better, they have a 5+ invulnerable save, that's always come in handy, they are able to make Dark Pacts, and they have a cool ability called Unholy Bloodshed. If this unit makes a Dark Pact, until the end of the phase, they gain the ability Devastating Wounds. So if they roll a 6+ on a wound roll, they deal 2 mortal wounds, and the attack sequence ends. Mortal wounds are always nice. Also, they have a War Gear, Chaos Icon. Each time when the bearer makes a leadership test for Dark Pact, you can reroll the test. So with this one, they have a really low chance to failing the Dark Pact and suffering the D3 mortal wounds. One last thing about the Possessed. They are much faster than the average infantry units, and they are much tougher. They have more wounds, so they are a rather terrifying unit, especially if they got supported by a Master of Possession. Okay, let's check on the next one. Warp Talons. I really like these guys. They are somewhat similar to the Possessed, but also a little bit different. They are much faster, but they are also less tough. Although they have the 5+ invulnerable save and the 3+ armor save, but their toughness is only 4 and their wounds are only 2. So yeah, they die much easier. But they have 2 really good things. One of them is that they are able to deep strike. While they also have 4 attacks, like the Possessed, with less damage but better armor penetration, it's almost the same. But at least their weapons are twin-linked, so you are able to reroll the wound rolls. So they will wound more reliably, and when they wound, they go through the armor easier. But that's not the main reason why would you like to bring them. The main reason why I think they are great is their ability, Warp Flames. If they are in engagement range with an enemy unit, when that enemy unit falls back, it has to make a Desperate Escape check, even if they are not battle shocked. But if they are battle shocked, they have to subtract 1 from each roll in their Desperate Escape test. So what does it mean? If they are in engagement range with a unit and that unit falls back, your opponent has to roll 1d6 for each model in that unit. If the unit is not battle shocked, then on a roll of each 1 or 2, 1 model from that unit dies. But if the unit is battle shocked, then on each roll of a 1, 2 or 3, a model dies. This is really great. Imagine if you are just touching a tank. That tank will have to choose between shooting worse in whole combat or shooting the Warp Talons or falling back, but then it has 33% chance of dying. Or if they are battle shocked, they have 50% chance of dying, which is really great for you. Not for them, obviously. So if you are using them well, they can totally disrupt your opponent's lines. And how to use them well? Just use them as they were the annoying kid that wants to touch everything that is not allowed to touch. And you will be fine. Let's go to the next one, Havocs. While this unit seems boring, I choose them because they are tougher than your average Chaos Space Marines, and they have access to many weapons. And these weapons are really versatile. They are anti-infantry, they are anti-heavy weapons, they are generalist weapons like the Havoc autocannon with really great range. So if you are looking for some kind of a specialized firepower, you will find that with these models. And if you are bringing them as Nurgle or Zinch and using the Dark Pact, you can make their weapon profiles much more effective and tailor it to your needs. But other than the reliable, versatile weapon platform with great range, what do they offer to you? Well, they have a good ability called Stabilization Talons, which is basically you can ignore any or all modifiers to the ballistic skills. So your enemy has a -1 to hit.
Oh, I don't think so.
So grab your big guns, choose the ideal targets, and pull the trigger. while these guys are not the most interesting unit, they will get the job done. Okay, let's go to the next one. Helbrute. The Helbrute is an interesting unit. It is something like a Dreadnought, but a little bit less, but also a little bit more. You have access to many different weapons. Some of them are great, some of them are not so much. Probably the best one right now, for shooting at least, the Twinling autocannon, which is a really great generalist weapon profile with good range. Or the Twin Lascannon, which is really great to deal with big targets. However, it has only one shot, so make it count. But where this thing shines is in melee. It has 3 great melee profiles. These are for different purposes, but none of them are bad. If you want lots of attacks against medium targets like Marines or Bikers, or anything that is toughness 7 or under, the Power Scourge is really great with 8 attacks. If you want a weapon that is okay against everything, you can pick up the Helbrute Fist. Or, if you want a heavy hitter, then you are able to pick up a Helbrute Hammer, which has great strength, great armor penetration, enormous damage. However, it only hits on a 4+. So all of them are good, but for different purposes. Okay, we've seen a good unit, but what makes this one a great unit? Its ability, called Dark Ascension. It's an aura ability, while a friendly Heretic Astartes unit within 6 inches of this model makes a Dark Pact, it don't have to choose between the lethal hits or the sustain hits. It's getting both instead. So while a Helbrute is a big tough unit with good shooting and great melee, it is also an amazing force multiplier. Okay, and let's check on the last one. Accursed Cultists. This unit consists from 2 types of models, Torments and Mutants. Mutants are the smaller guys, Torments are bigger ugly ones. Why this unit is great in my opinion? First of all, it has different types of models. Let's check on the Torments first. 3 wounds and a really great attack profile. They have d6 plus 2 attacks, hitting on a 4+ with a strength of 5, 1 points of armor penetration and damage 2. This one is really great to deal with Marines and tougher targets. On the other hand, the Mutants are not so great at anything, but they have a really cool role. They can die instead of the Torments. Usually this is the unit what you want to bring in maximum size. Why? First of all, because they have a 6+ feel no pain and you can attach a Dark Commune unit to this one, which can buff them greatly. But the other reason, because they have a cool ability, Accursed Horde. At the start of each player's command phase, you can return 1 destroyed Torment or 3 destroyed Mutants to this unit. Yes, even in your opponent's turn. So basically in 1 turn, you can resurrect 6 models to this unit for free. But there are also many great tricks with this one. If your opponent has big guns with few shots, well, you will probably resurrect 3 Mutants. If you want to hit more, you will probably resurrect 1 Torment. But I'm not done yet with the tricks, because it's happening at the start of each player's command phase. You can trick with the number of the models. Because for example, if you resurrect 3 destroyed Mutants, you have a really great chance to raise the number above half strength, so you don't have to roll for Battle Shock. Or you will be able to reach an objective with that 3 models, and you will be able to score them. So this one will give you an interesting tactical flexibility, with even just this resurrect. Honourable Mentions. Master of Possession. The first thing, he has a 5+ invulnerable save, which is great. He has a good shooting profile and an okay melee profile, especially great against Psykers. But his real greatness lies in his abilities. First one, Demonkin. When you attach this model to a unit, you can add 1 to the advance and charge rolls, but also every model in that unit has a 6+ feel no pain. So durability and speed. Nice. Also, it has a sacrificial dagger. When you use this ability, then the unit that he's attached to suffers 1 mortal wound, which you have a feel no pain against, thanks to him. You can add 1 to the hit and the wound rolls of psychic attacks, so mainly his staff or his shooting attacks. That's a really nice thing to have, because his psychic attacks has the ability of precision, so he can snipe characters. And for 1 little bit of wound, maybe you kill a Space Marine captain, or a Canoness for the Battle Sisters. So you have to value this unit because Chaos doesn't have many characters or weapons that has access to the precision ability. Okay, and the last one of the honorable mentions. The big man himself, Abaddon. He is just all in all great. He has okay shooting, he can choose between 2 really great melee weapons, he can deep strike, you can attach him to Terminators or Chaos Space Marines, he has a 4+ invulnerable save, you are able to choose between 3 abilities in each of your command phase. One of them is a full reroll aura, the other one is a 4+ invulnerable save to your Heretic Astartes infantry and mounted units, Bikers for example, within 6 inches of Abaddon. Or you can get full reroll on your battle shock test within 6 inches of Abaddon. And he has a really big base, so it's not that hard to be within 6 inches. And the last one, Dark Destiny. Each time when this model makes a Dark Pact on a 2+, you gain 1 command point. And command points are rather valuable in this edition. Yes, about these 2 HQ options, they are really great. They shouldn't have been in the Honourable Mentions section, because I think these are the 2 best HQ options right now. But with the Dark Pact and the marks, many of the Chaos things can be amazing. So we will see in the future how will the great game of Chaos playing out. Okay, but that's it for now. Thank you for watching and listening. Don't forget to like and or subscribe and even hit the little bell. If you don't hit the little bell, well, I will probably upload a video on every week. I hope I see you in the next one.